Have you ever spent hours cramming for an exam or reading an incredibly important book only to completely forget everything just a few days later? You are not alone. In fact, if you're studying the way most people do, you're probably wasting 80% of your time without even realizing it. Imagine trying to fill a bucket with water, but that bucket is full of holes. No matter how much water you pour in, it just keeps leaking out. That is exactly what happens to your brain when you study the wrong way. Today, we're going to plug those holes. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to learn effectively, save yourself years of frustration, and actually remember what you read. Let's talk about why your current studying feels like a massive waste of time. There are three big mistakes almost everyone makes. Mistake number one, highlighting and rereading. It feels so productive, right? But here's the shocking truth. Studies show that simply rereading material has a retention rate of only 10%. That means by next week, you'll forget 90% of what you just read. Think of it like watching the same movie over and over. It makes you familiar with the story, but it doesn't make you an expert on filmmaking. Recognition is not the same thing as understanding. Mistake number two, last-minute cramming. We've all been there, staying up all night, drinking way too much coffee, and stuffing information into our brains like an overpacked suitcase. But your brain treats crammed information like junk mail. It throws it away because you're not giving your brain a genuine reason to hold on to it long term. Mistake number three, studying passively. Imagine you want to learn how to swim. Would you read a book about swimming, jump straight into the deep end, and expect to survive? Of course not. Yet we read a textbook or watch a lecture and just assume we've learned the material. So how do we fix this? The secret is not about how much time you spend studying, it's about how much you retain. Real learning only happens when your brain is actively challenged and struggles to make connections. Let me introduce you to the learning pyramid. If you just read a textbook, you only retain 10% of the information. If you listen to a lecture, it's 20%. Watching a demonstration gets you to 30%. But here's where the magic happens. When you actually practice a concept, retention skyrockets to 75%. And when you teach it to someone else, you retain a massive 90%. If you want to remember more in half the time, here's your practical everyday game plan. Step 1. Active recall and the Feynman technique. Instead of passively reading, you need to pull information out of your brain. Try the Feynman technique. Pick a concept and try to teach it to a 5-year-old. If you struggle to explain it simply, that shows you exactly where the gaps in your knowledge are. Alternatively, test yourself. Students who use flashcards, past papers, or self-made quizzes score 50% higher than those who just reread notes. Step 2. Defeat the forgetting curve with spaced repetition. Did you know your brain forgets 50% of what it learns within just 1 hour? It's called the forgetting curve. To hack this, spread your learning out. Learn the material on day 1,